Terique Owens, son of the legendary Hall of Fame wide receiver Terrell Owens. Now, he has a little bit of a story. He, as they say, he got it out of the mud. In no way, shape, or form was anything handed to him on a silver platter. Went to Contra Costa College. I never even heard of that school. Then takes and goes, transfers to FAU. He was there for a couple of years. Statistically, I couldn't find nothing on the internet about him. So really, he's just a guy out there who's really just developing. Then he goes to Missouri State. And that's where the magic happens. 528 yards, 4 touchdowns. They didn't have the best quarterback situation in Missouri State. So sometimes as a receiver, you really just got to make the most of every situation. I mean, we've seen guys in other positions like tight end Luke Schumacher, who had 300-400 yards, get drafted by the Cowboys last year, right? So now Terique Owens, like father, like son, he's starting off with the San Francisco 49ers, okay? Now they're very deep at the receiver position, man. You got guys like Danny Gray, who we've had on this show, a friend of the show. He's barely started, he's hoping to get his time to shine this year kind of thing, right? So what I noticed about the tape, man, is smooth, crisp routes that he runs. Physically, he's like his father. And also as well, he has a similar story to his father because his father went to Chattanooga, which is a very small Division I school. Just like this is a very small college football program. So I'm rooting for Terique, man. Physically, he is very gifted. He makes a lot of similar catches like his father. He's not his father. I want to mention that as well, too. I see at best this year a practice squad player, but I'm rooting for him. I hope I eat crow. I hope I eat tar on that, and I hope I'm wrong and that he is a starter, put him on special teams or something. He's a big guy, but I see a guy who's a developmental guy. You have him on your practice squad for a year or two, and then you unleash the beast. You guys have any thoughts at all on Terique Owens?
Yeah, I agree a ton, Doug. Obviously, 6'3", 200 pounds, definitely built like his pops. And he had some games this year that kind of showed that he has an upside. Like he had a game, 5 receptions, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had another game, 6 receptions, 98 yards, a touchdown. And then another game, four receptions, 79 yards, a touchdown. So he's shown that he can make some plays. And y'all know my thing is coaching is a big thing, right? So going to one of the best coaching staffs in the NFL, being able to develop there, compete with, like Ricky Pearsall, Brandon Ayuk, Danny Gray, et cetera, and just being able to develop behind those guys. If they have to make some decisions, because they were talking about, moves with Brandon Ayuk and or Debo, if any of those moves do have to happen, being able to learn behind those guys and being able to step in and be a possession receiver, I think it's something that he definitely could have in the future. And you're 100% right. It's about a year or two out, but I think he's somebody that can definitely stick on the roster if he's putting the work in.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, look, just from a perspective of him trying to fulfill his dream, right? Trying to, feed his potential family, establish himself and stuff. Like, I wish him lots of success. But in terms of his ability to crack that roster, it's going to be tough sledding. I mean, let's be realistic about it. Like the Kyle Shanahan, to Mike's point, he's a fantastic coach, right? Like Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, Kevin McConnell, right? All of these guys kind of run very, very similar style offenses, but they're very complex and they ask a lot out of their wide receivers in those schemes in terms of not just pass catching, but also, being able to sell routes, being able to block, not afraid to really get in there and contribute in all sorts of different aspects of that game. If he's willing to grind it out and do that, I think he will be able to carve a spot. But I think, unfortunately, right, this is one of the deeper rooms in the NFL. And I think even if they are to potentially make a move here before the season starts, I don't see a world where the 49ers move off of both Debo and Brandon Ayuk. It'll probably be one or the other. If they do, the conversations have kind of changed where it sounds like they're going to pay him. We'll see. We know that people talk. This is dream selling season, right? But I think the problem isn't necessarily going to be his talent or his grit. I think the problem is the people that are in front of him. And more than that, the one person that they just took in the first round. So a first round draft pick, you're going to be on the roster just because I spent the first round draft pick on you. And then 2, the people that are making the money in front of him, right? If they pay Ayuk, Debo's already being paid. Like, it's going to be hard to get in front of those 3 people. Great people to live, to learn behind. I think he could definitely earn a practice squad spot. And I think he'll see plenty of burn in the preseason just because those are not people that Kyle Shanahan is going to want to play in the preseason. So if he goes out and he balls out, practice squad is in his future, but 31 other teams looking and might decide, hey, we might want some of that NFL legacy, some of that NFL pedigree on our team. Best of luck to him making the squad, practice squad if he's sticking with the 49ers. But there's probably, out of these 31 other remaining teams, somebody else will probably land him on their roster.
Exciting pick for sure. All right. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.